Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome into episode 75. I'm your host, Ryan McCormick, and we've got two special guests on today's show. We've got Jeff Parles coming in later. We've got Dennis Evans, a repeat appearance, coming in via the video. You guys are probably wondering why I'm sitting here and where the Frank Nicotero, but it's opposite day.
It's National Opposites Day. Yay. So look, I'm producing the show. Where am I? Am I on yet? Here I am. I don't have any glasses on. Anyway, it's National Opposite Day, so Ryan and I have switched places for the full show. Ryan will be hosting, and I'm going to be producing. Ryan, would you prefer to be back in your chair?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to switch. All right. That was our National Opposite Day bit, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Do you want me to hand off the coat? I think okay. Let's get America back relaxed. Hello, everybody. Oh, good. Everyone got to see me climb up on a chair like a small child into a booster seat. Everybody, welcome to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And I want to thank you guys for watching the show today on YouTube. We really appreciate it. We've really seen a surge in our subscribers lately. I know we've been really asking you guys to share the show with friends, and it's really working. So we're up to like 1,100 subscribers. I think we started with about 350 in October. So thank you very much, YouTubers and everyone watching live. Oh, let's see what the comments were here. See if anyone. Bob Del Piso, let's go! All right, good afternoon, Bob Del and the awesome crew. Ryan looks like he's 12, says Joey B.
Apparently also scared.
Joey B says hilarious. Frank in the suit. Yeah, that's about the last time I've worn a suit right there. Ryan looks scared. No, he didn't. He looked awesome. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for watching. On the show today, as you heard Ryan announced, we have Dennis Evans, who hasn't been on the show in a while, and it's a perfect time to have Dennis Evans back on the show because the Kansas City Chiefs are in the AFC Championship again. 6 years in a row, I believe. It's kind of getting boring. I was rooting for Buffalo. I was rooting for Pittsburgh. Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry. And sitting in the studio will be my man, Jeff Parles will be here also to break down those two games for you guys. Coming up tomorrow, packed show, comedian Carlos Alazaraki. You might know him from Reno 911. He does voices for cartoons. He will be via the video. Also, Kevin Belenkoff, because we got to have him on. We got to get some pics from Kevin. And then to close out the show, Joe D'Amico, friend of mine here in Vegas. We used to do a podcast together somewhere else, and now he's going to be here in studio Friday. Joe's going to tear it up. So good show tomorrow. But today, ladies and gentlemen, is January 25th. January is flying by, Ryan.
Yes, it is.
It's flying by. And it is, it's National Opposites Day. That's why we started the show. Oh, that looks terrible.
That's why I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to point out. Ryan is not in his usual garb. He's got a Yoda t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Right?
A couple words of wisdom.
Couple words. Give us some of the Yoda words of wisdoms that are on them.
Do or do not.
Do or do not. There is no try.
There is no try, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we've got fear is the path to the dark side.
That's half Yoda impression. I like that. That was good. Yeah.
Size matters not.
There you go. That's what she said. But anyway, so I saw the movie Yoda was first in Empire Strikes Back. Came out in 1980.
Yeah, January 25th.
It opened what?
January 25th.
No, it did not.
No, May 25th.
Yeah, it's usually May. Yeah, that's right. George Lucas Day. So anyway, I saw the movie in the theater in downtown Pittsburgh. I was 11. Yoda comes on. This is before, a lot of we didn't know who the hell Yoda was. By the way, Jerry just did the most dramatic marker open I've ever seen in my life. He just went like this. Ah! Oh, because I mentioned where I saw Empire Strikes Back. Jerry, I see everything up here. Is it 2? Are we at 2? All right, we're at 2. So I'm in the theater, and Yoda comes on, and Yoda first comes, and he's like, this kind of also looks like
Gremlin.
This also looks like who's the girl? Who's this Margot Robbie does?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
I did not get that at all.
That's one for Beattown Dummies right there if he's watching. Anyway, so Yoda comes out and he starts talking, and many people in the theater go, "What the hell's he saying?" No one can understand what Yoda was saying. It was very entertaining. It was actually more entertaining. No, the movie is one of my favorite of all time, but it was very entertaining to see it in a sold-out crowd in downtown Pittsburgh. I didn't say it. I spelled it, for God's sakes. Come on.
Still
and I have to say the word. The guy's walking in. He's from Pittsburgh, as Jerry takes a bite of banana looking at me disapprovingly. Anyway, that was my whole Empire Strikes Back and Yoda story. let's see. It's opposite day, so I will be selecting an under. I'm going to let Chris Andrews know that now. I will be betting an under because it's National Opposites Day, Chris. And it's also National Florida Day. I don't know what we're supposed to do to celebrate that, so I figure I'm going to rent an alligator, hit a McDonald's drive-thru, and demand a McRib sandwich shirtless.
You can rent an alligator?
I have a guy. I got a gator guy. Chris introduced me to him. Chris knows everybody. He's been around a long time in this town.
That he does.
It is show number 75, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, that means Ryan has done one of his great collages, which we haven't done in a while. I'm already a little upset in his key spot that he didn't put the number Chris and I know Chris is...
His pictures look in the opposite way. I can't have him looking off frame.
There was only one picture of Mean Joe Green on the internet.
one that was good enough.
You Googled Mean Joe Green looking to the right. Anyway, I have no idea who will be on there. It better be Mean Joe Green. Let's take a look. This has been a while. We skipped the 60s mostly. Hey, most people who lived the 60s skipped them because that was love and drug. Chris. Anyway, 75, who you got, buddy? Let's see. You got Mean Joe Green. You got to have Mean Joe Green.
Yes.
Most people would say the greatest Steeler of all time because he was the key guy that Noel drafted out of North Texas State, I believe, something like that. Yeah, number one, and he is what really turned the Steelers into the Steelers. So who else do you have? Jonathan Ogden, who I played in a golf tournament with, and if I stood next to him, I looked like a putter next to him. That man is large.
He's going to be honorary captain this weekend.
Oh, is he for the ball? Oh, okay. Well, I met him, and we talked. I said, I'm a Steeler fan, and he was like, get away from me. Large man. Lomas Brown, another amazing player. God, that's with the Lions. Look at him.
Yep.
All right, now we got a couple. There's a hockey player up there, Ryan Reeves. Go ahead, tell me about the hockey player.
Yep, very much a goon.
A goon? Did he play for the Penguins ever?
Yes.
Yeah, right, he did.
He came into the league with the Penguins.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I know that name.
Kind of a journeyman now. He's with the Minnesota Wild. Was cut from the Rangers, and so.
Okay.
I got to meet him in a Target here.
You met him at Target?
Yeah.
Was he shopping or was it like a...
Yeah, he was shopping. I think he was with his daughter.
Oh, that's really cool. Did you go up to him and say hi?
No.
He checked you into the kids?
I more just let him continue his...
Oh, that's nice. Well, and he's a goon, so Target. He always has a target on somebody. He probably would have checked you at Target.
Yeah.
Okay, next up you have, let's see. Oh, Deacon Jones. Okay, Deacon Jones. Now, Deacon Jones was on an episode of The Brady Bunch when I was a kid.
What?
What's that? You remember? Yeah, it was the Glee Club.
What's the Brady Bunch?
It was when they were singing. What's that, Ryan?
What's the Brady Bunch?
This kills me every time. He had never heard of the Partridge Family. He doesn't know the Brady Bunch. Oh yeah. Kevin Belenkoff was on the show, and I had him look up a Brady Bunch trivia question because Kevin and I are both experts on Brady Bunch trivia. And Ryan couldn't name 3 girls, 3 boys on Brady Bunch. And then we said, what about the Partridge Family? So what's the Partridge Family? So you hired him, Chris. I don't know. So anyway, and hired him. Well, okay. Anyway, Deacon Jones, I just want to point out, he did some acting. He was in some Miller Lite ads, but he played before the NFL sack stat was official. So they kind of gone back to try to see like if they can watch whatever. If so, I think he's like the NFL all-time leader in sacks. If not, he's in the top 3, maybe right behind Reggie White. But Deacon Jones, Merlin Olsen, right? That was the Rams teams back then. They had all these guys that could rush the quarterback. So he's a Hall of Famer. Now, I don't understand. That's Vince Wilfork, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Why is he wearing overalls and no shirt?
You never saw that?
No, I vaguely kind of remember it. What was that?
He showed up to Texans practice wearing overalls.
After he left the Patriots.
Yeah. And like some spoof with Bill O'Brien when he was the head coach there. Yeah, it was
Bill O'Brien wasn't very popular down in Texas, was he?
No.
Destroyed that team, but they're back. Anyway, that's great. He's a Hall of Famer. He's won tons of rings with the hated Patriots. And then you got Howie Long. You got Howie and Kyle Long. That's right, his son, too.
Yes.
So Kyle is the one in the bottom right with the 75. But Howie Long, I'm almost positive, played at Villanova, which isn't it right? There you go, which is not a football powerhouse at all. It's basketball. You think, come on, Villanova. But has gone on to have one of the greatest careers. He was an action movie star.
Villanova lost to St. John's last night.
Did they really?
No.
Were you on one of those games?
I had St. John's, yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, Patino. How are they doing, by the way, St. John's? I haven't gotten into college basketball a ton yet since football season, but I do like Rick Pitino.
They're doing pretty well.
Yeah, good. He's the best. He's Italian. Vinny! Rick Pitino! Tell me his record. But Kyle Long, he retired like young, right? Didn't he quit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Bears teams, weren't very good and weren't improving.
And then he has another son, right?
Had some injuries.
There's Chris Long, too.
Yeah, Chris Long played with the Eagles, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Yeah. Anyway, Howie Long, and still broadcaster on Fox, still looks like he's about 40 years old, and Hall of Famer. And he had the jersey, like, cut right there. It's like, It was one of those tearaways or something. Like he looks like Hulk Hogan there. Anyway, that's the jerseys. I love it. Very nice, Ryan. First time we have done those in a long time. And speaking of PIT Pittsburgh, we're going to bring in the damn it, Jerry's opening the pen up. Let's bring in our sports director here at the South Point Casino, which is right behind us, Chris Andrews, ladies and gentlemen. Look how lovely Sportsbook is there. There's our woman right there who's here every day. I got her name last week. I believe it's Jacqueline. She knits stuff right here.
Marlene.
Is it Marlene?
I think so.
No, that's not that one. No,
Not Marlene.
it's
Okay.
not. Yeah, she doesn't speak it. I talked to her coming out of the restroom. This is a weird story. But anyway, very nice woman. She's always in our shot. But Chris is here because
You got me at the kids' table again. Look how short.
I don't know how to sit in those big chairs. I mean, yeah, I look huge now. Look at this. You know, David Letterman apparently would always have his chair jacked
you're
up
pulling
higher.
You're pulling a Letterman on me.
Yeah, I'm pulling a Letterman on you. There you go.
By the way, quick Deacon Jones story.
Yeah,
You remember
please,
that,
take
that
your time.
show? This is like from the 70s where they played tricks on like certain celebrities and all that. They got Bubba Smith got Deacon Jones to dress in a pink tutu
No.
for a costume party that didn't exist. And he's hilarious. I am gonna kill Bubba Smith when I find him. It was, I mean, most of those were pretty lame.
Yeah.
That one was hilarious.
It's like a Canon. No, we're not Canon camera kind of thing.
No,
Real
I
people.
can't
That's
remember, but
incredible. I'm trying to think. We'll find it. We'll find it.
I think if you find if it's Bubba Smith and Deacon Jones dressed in a pink tutu. I mean, it is hilarious.
Yeah, I remember he did a lot. They were in those Miller Lite ads. Bubba Smith did a lot of the Miller Lite ads.
Told him it was something for
Miller
who
Lite.
knows what.
Tastes great, less
Whatever
filling.
it is, he got him to do it.
He got him. Oh, I want to watch that. Yeah, but they were. He was unbelievable, Deacon Jones. So we got parlay cards. We got 2 big games coming up, and you got a prop sheet as well, right?
Prop sheets, yeah. So we got the early props up, and we got alternative point spreads, alternative totals, team points scored by individual teams for the game and for the first half for each of them. And we got a whole bunch more that are coming tomorrow.
Oh,
And
okay, good.
I
On
told
Friday.
you, we have a small crew. We work with a small crew. We do. But, it takes us a while to get it all set up and try to get the right numbers, of course. And like I said, we do all our business on Saturday and Sunday.
That's
anyway.
real, right?
I mean, we do 90% of our business.
Now, I looked at this. I grabbed this when you handed it to me before the show. Ryan, I don't know if you looked at this yet, but I'm going to ask you what you think the number is. All right, don't look. Don't cheat. Total number scored in the first half by the Lions. What would you put that at?
In the first half?
In the
by
first half
Lions?
alone, just the Lions.
The game total is what, 51?
Mm-hmm.
15, 16?
It's 9.5.
Really?
The over's juice pretty good.
Yeah, it is minus 135.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like the Lions getting a touchdown and a field goal in the first half.
10.
I'm circling it.
Normally a
Chris,
first
I'm bringing
quarter
down the
total.
house
Yeah.
with
This
this
is
one.
opposite day. Remember?
Oh,
that,
shoot! Then I'll bet it
But
tomorrow.
not Sunday. Yeah.
I'll bet it tomorrow. I'm betting it tomorrow.
Okay.
I will. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to announce it on the show right now. We haven't done this in a while. I'm going to do a blind bet. Frank's blind bets. I'm going to make a bet today, but I'm not going to check the results till tomorrow on the show. At the top of the show, you can let me know whether I won or lost. And I'm doing it on the Grand Salami, which I am going to do the under on the Grand Salami, which I've never done.
So is that a blind bet?
It is a blind bet because I'm going to bet it, but I'm not going to look at the hockey scores.
Okay.
Right? It's Thursday. That's bridge night.
I feel like a blind bet's like when you
Bridge.
pick at a dartboard.
I never played bridge.
No, I never did.
Chris is looking at me like, there's something wrong with this man.
I shouldn't laugh, though. My wife is.
My grandparents love to play.
Well, she's not
relatives.
playing mahjong.
Mahjong, there
She's
you
like
go.
the youngest woman there by like 30 years.
Well, I was gonna say bingo night, but I think a funnier word was bridge. Bridge was funnier. There you go. I'm all about the comedy.
That's where you get your comedian chops.
That's
There
what
you
we
go.
do. Damn it. So yeah, there's a lot of great prop bets. So make sure you come down to the South Point. It's going to be great here. The atmosphere here for a game is the best, and quite a few parlay cards. Me, you, and Alex didn't do one because she's not here on Fridays anymore. But we're going to do one, and we'll post it on our Twitter accounts, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only 2 games.
It's
so-
only 2 games, right? So we'll figure, or maybe some
How
alternate.
many
We'll do
props
something.
we have on this card, though?
How many are on this card?
28.
props.
There's plenty there.
Yeah, you can certainly find a 4-teamer.
And what do you think about Jim Harbaugh going to the Los Angeles
Great
Chargers?
fit.
I almost said John Harbaugh, San Diego Chargers.
Oh, I
opposite
still call
day.
him San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I still call him
I'm still calling the Colts Baltimore. So,
That's been a while, Chris.
yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
But that's a big move. He played there, right? He played there. And I didn't realize his pro record with the Niners was 44-19. That's like
He
incredible.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had Kaepernick kind of ahead of his time, the way he utilized him. So look, LA, the Chargers need an infusion because the Rams own that town and the Chargers are like an afterthought, but they got those maybe the best uniforms in football, but I think it's a good move for the Chargers.
Ryan, do you remember, you probably were not born yet, when Harbaugh played for the Bears and called an audible at the line of scrimmage that didn't work? And Mike Ditka, you should Google that. Mike Ditka, I thought he might murder. I mean, I really did. He was as mad as I've ever seen a human being. He was going to kill Jim Harbaugh. And, of course, Ditka didn't like anybody but it audible to a play that didn't work, and he was going to kill him.
Now, why the Northern Arizona University shirt
Well,
today?
first of all, my daughter went there for a semester. She left for a boyfriend that she wound up dumping like 2 weeks later.
Sorry about that.
This.
Did you like the guy or
No?
Okay, well then there it's
No.
good.
First of all, he was, my daughter was, 18 at the time, so the guy's like 20, 21, vegetarian.
Right there, you don't trust him.
Right there. Then all of a sudden, he decides he's no longer vegetarian.
Okay.
We go out to dinner one night, orders a hamburger, eats it with a knife and fork.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, there's this kid at
That's like the Seinfeld episode when they ate the candy bar with the knife and fork. It's a little weird.
Hamburger with a knife and fork. You have no chance.
You have no chance.
Not with me.
Not with you.
No.
By the way, Jerry, if you could Google where Mike Dick is from, I can't remember, but if you could check that for me.
Carnegie.
There you go. That's right outside of the word that shall not be.
By the way, have you seen the nacho wars that's going on Twitter? Have you seen that?
I saw you post a picture of a nice plate of nachos.
It all started with the Fountain Blue. The guy was in the sports book.
He got ripped.
He ordered nachos. Took him an hour to. I mean, there's nobody in the joint. Took him an hour to get served. It was 6 nachos.
It was
with
6
some cheese.
nachos.
It looked okay. It was six nachos, $24.
Right.
So people started, posting from various casinos. So I posted ours.
Yes,
from up in the bowling alley.
I saw that.
Although I just got chewed out by Ryan Ground. He says, "Why didn't you do it from Miguel's?"
Oh.
So my guys go up there. I mean, it was at night. I told them, go up and get a plate of nachos.
We'll get a plate of Miguel's later. We'll get them.
Why not?
We'll go over and get them.
Yeah. And anyway, the last I checked, which was like an hour or two ago, 74,000 views.
Nacho wars have started.
Just on ours.
Just on yours,
who knows what else, but, I don't like it with olives. Then don't order them.
By the way, so where not too far from here, I was driving looking for something to eat one day, and there's a place called Nacho Daddy's.
Yep. Yeah.
I had never everyone's thumbs up. Parles' thumb up. We went in.
I ate there.
I went in and I got the one with the steak. It was like filet or with filet nut. They were really good. Pretty good. They were pretty good.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
They were good. Because nachos can sometimes be a disaster, but the Fountain Blue, the picture is crazy. It's like 6 cleverly placed, and they overloaded it with the fixing, or like the sour cream, and the salsa in the middle,
or cilantro. Or whatever. Reminds me, this is my old girlfriend, and she was, she was pretty big in the radio business. So they paid for us to go to a trip to San Francisco, and then we go. She wants to eat in this one fancy restaurant. And I've eaten in fancy restaurants, and I like certain ones. Anyway, they come out. She orders some kind of tuna thing. I did. And it comes out on this like giant nacho with a piece of tuna about this big. And I remember just saying, fortunately she was on the credit.
It was on the expense. Yeah, there you go.
And I remember I says, we're going to In-N-Out after this. I'm telling you, there's no way this is going to fill me up. Okay?
Oh my God. By the way, In-N-Out is the best, and I just saw an alert.
For those that haven't seen it, this is the picture of the nachos.
Oh, there's
Fountain Blue.
That's the Fountain Blue. Thank you, Ryan. Excellent job.
Good job.
See, look, they have those big silver tins filled with like the salsa and the sour cream. There it is, 6 nachos. That's
$4 a nacho.
$4. If you're breaking it down, as Chris is prone to do with numbers, $4 per nacho. And by the way, the kitchen manager resigned the next day. Probably every day there's someone resigning or getting fired at the Fountain Blue.
Yeah. I don't think he did actually, but they posted, they redid their nacho plate.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Word,
All right, we're going to check Monday on the Fountain Blue. We're going to check on their nacho plate on Monday. You mentioned In-N-Out. I saw that the first ever In-N-Out went out. It closed. There was one finally. I don't know what happened.
I think they paved over it.
Is that what happened? I didn't click on it, but it's like, because I'm an In-N-Out guy. If I'm going to have a burger, it's In-N-Out. Ryan, what's your burger?
Well, In-N-Out. Just they closed that location because there were a bunch of like robberies, breaking into cars and all that kind of stuff. And they just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Well,
that's why you stay in your car and you go through the drive-thru and you eat in your car. Yeah. You don't get out. You never go in. I never go in.
I go in.
Do you?
Yeah.
You get the soda machine. That's true.
Yeah, you get a vanilla shake and then drink half of it and then put root beer in it. Got a root beer float.
Whoa.
Well, like, you know.
These kids today.
Well, it's like Jim Gaffigan says, nothing quenches your thirst like partially melted ice cream.
I've never been a big shake. Yeah, when you're eating, a shake is the most unrefreshing thing. You're like, I like to drink a lot of beverages.
Yeah.
All beverages.
Okay,
Why do I have this reputation as Foster Brooks? That was all that for him.
That's even over my
Okay.
Whoa, really?
Really? Foster Brooks
Oh
was a
my
comedian.
God.
He's on all those old roasts. He always pretended to be very drunk, and he'd hiccup right before a punchline, and it was very funny.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. I hired some guy that wound up being a drunk, and I remember just saying in my head, I can't believe I hired Foster Brooks. He didn't last long.
See, when I throw a reference only for Chris, that's when I feel the best. All right, so anyway, we have Dennis Evans coming on. Or
Did
not
you have
yet?
one more thing, Ryan?
No, I have the updated picture of their new nachos.
Oh, okay. Now that's the new ones at the Fountain Blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that broccoli?
No, it's guacamole.
Guacamole.
Oh my God. Tell me that didn't look like broccoli. I was going to say, what kind of I don't want broccoli. If I'm having nachos, I'm not here for the health food. Okay, that's a big, okay, so they're doing it right now.
Yeah,
They're at least doing something.
they got
Right.
enough-
trying.
They're
Well,
trying.
He didn't want to be number 6 that got fired in the
It's every
first month
day.
that they're open.
Every day you wake up, someone's leaving that. It's a beautiful building, but I don't know. No one's going there.
No one's
Do we
going
have
there.
Dennis?
He's just coming out of the Kansas City facility.
Okay, and what kind of minivan will he?
He's getting
what
set
kind of
up in his
minivan
car
will?
right now.
It's
Every week
snowing.
it's what's that?
It's snowing.
It's still one of the funniest moments of the show. Jeff Parles is walking out last night. He doesn't want to hear this. He's got a phone call. Jeff will be on to talk about the NFC and AFC championship. Do you have anyone you're rooting for? Not necessarily for the book's sake or your sake. I mean, who do you want to see?
For the book's sake, at this point, I really don't care. I think we're going to probably need both dogs. I think we're going to need the Lions, and I think we're going to need the Chiefs.
Lions and Chiefs. I want that. I'm tired of Mahomes. I hate the Ravens, but I do like those Lions.
I do not want to see the Ravens win.
No one wants to see the Ravens win, do they? Besides Lamar Jackson and his fans.
My wife's torn. She hates the Ravens, but she hates Mahomes too. She's a Raider fan.
Oh, okay.
So, hates Kansas City, that's who they hate the most.
Right.
So,
Chris,
Well-
do you think you'll be moving past the 7 in that San Francisco
Yes.
Detroit game? Yeah.
yes.
You think it will?
Yes. I think if you want to bet San Francisco, I would bet them now.
Because are they still 6.5 or 7?
No, they're 7.
They're
but I
7,
mean, it's
yeah.
7 juiced. We're like the last 7 flat, I think, in town right now.
Wow.
So, I would bet them now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we
You got
always
Dennis
love.
Evans?
What's
Okay.
up?
You got Dennis?
We got Dennis. We're gonna take a break real quick. Make sure we get them all set up. We're
Hello,
gonna
Dennis. Can you hear us? There
You
he
can.
goes. Yeah.
take a break. All right. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. Chris stops by unannounced. Parlays gives us a Deacon Jones story. He gives my Foster Brooks joke. Always welcome here. But you didn't hire Ryan. Is that the story? So
I'm putting that on Ann.
Ann did. All right.
Good, bad, indifferent.
Thanks,
Ann.
Mr. Andrews.
That's Ann's boy.
All right. We'll be back in 2 minutes with Dennis Evans live in Kansas City.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rockin' dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Metal Sonic 64 says, "Sup, Frank? What's up, Metal Sonic 64?" Joey B, well done, Ryan. Just busting your chops. Bob Dell says, "Wow, Carlos Alazaraki. I watched Reno 911. Very cool. Carlos will be on the show tomorrow." And by the way, Carlos Alazaraki is a very funny guy. He was the Taco Bell dog. He was the voice of Yo Quiero Taco Bell. So he bought a house with that, is what our friend Graham Melwood said, or Tom McClain said. Chris Andrews' story time needs to be a regular segment. I agree, Joey B. That is, and I believe he used to do something. He used to do a story time on his old podcast. So I love Chris story times.
He's got
and
several
then
books out too.
And yeah, you can go on Amazon and get Chris's books. They're highly entertaining. The one, Then One Day is the one you want to get. So go and buy his book, Joey B. You won't be disappointed. And Minnie Dar, the race book manager, had a Steelers shirt on. South Point is Pittsburgh West. That's a comment, Jerry. I'm reading. Jerry, don't you open that grease marker. I swear to God, keep it capped. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman has been on the show. This is maybe like his 5th time, and it's opposite day. So instead of in the back seat of the minivan, he is in the front of the minivan, live in Kansas City. It's our friend Dennis Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Yay, Dennis!
What's going on, guys?
So it's National Opposites Day. Is there something you regularly do that you could do the opposite of today?
It's a good question. Shower, maybe? Maybe go to work, not shower?
That's me on a Thursday. I skip Thursdays. I love it. Dennis, I love it. So, Dennis.
Trying to conserve water.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm very green. So, you're in Kansas City right now. Your Chiefs are in the AFC Championship. Ann's first question, she wanted to know, were you at the freezing cold game?
You know what? Here's the thing. I have sense, and I was like, you know what? If somebody else wants the freezing cold game, let them have at it. I mean, I cannot even put into words what it was like just in Kansas City during that time period. I mean, I've been some places where it's been cold before, but it was just ridiculous. Everyone had, broken pipes. I mean, heat wasn't working at a lot of houses. And I just thought to myself, what would make anyone go and sit outside? Now, granted, I could have sat in the press box, but just even the thought of going out there when there's a perfectly good television and no line at the bathroom, I mean, I'd much rather, stay at home. But I mean, the people I know who went, said it's the coldest that they've ever been. I mean, they treated a lot of people for frostbite. The players even said the good thing is it doesn't matter where they go or where they play from now on, they will never play in a game as cold as that.
My God, it's just too cold. That's I mean, but the NFL, they don't cancel games for cold. Lightning is the only reason they'll stop a game. But that seems just dangerous to your product out on the field. But it's the playoffs, you have to do it. I wonder if a regular season game, maybe they would have moved it to Monday like they do sometimes. Who knows? But so anyway,
we were hearing a lot of that. People saying, are they going to cancel this game? But it's football. It's Kansas City. It's Arrowhead. That's just what people do. And I mean, I was surprised towards the end of the week, you could get tickets, those upper level tickets at Arrowhead, even on like the worst game are, typically in like the $150 to $200 range. And you could get tickets in the upper level for, $30-$40 and lower level for $150, and that's unheard of at Arrowhead.
And I think one thing, some of the cheap seats down to like $15 before the game or something ridiculous. And then with the fees, $275. So there you go. That's how those sites work.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I won't even go there. I was just going to say, it's like those deals in Vegas where it's like, come stay for $35 a night on Thursday. And by the time you add in parking and everything else, like, $195. So yeah, it's very similar.
Now, speaking of Las Vegas, let's just hypothetically speaking, the Chiefs win this week, which by the way, I'm rooting for them. I can't see I don't like the Ravens. I'm rooting for your Chiefs. Are you coming out to Vegas for the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will be there. Let's get our agenda together. I'm counting on you for the social activities. So yes, yes, I will be there.
Ryan, you're the social director, I believe, right? He's like our casino host.
That's Jerry Trevino.
That's Jerry. So, Jerry's surprised. Yeah, we'd love to have you out here. I mean, listen, listen, if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, I'm happy because it's not the Ravens. But secondly, I'd be happy because Dennis Evans. And what we'll do is we'll go to like a prop house or something, and we'll get like a minivan backdrop when you sit in the studio. So it makes sure that you look comfortable in your minivan, because that's, you know,
It would only make me feel comfortable. I'm studios. Keep that for you fancy guys, bro. I'm about the car.
I bet you have
I need the lighter.
right. Do you have the heat running? Do you have the heat on? What's the temperature where you're
It's
at? Right?
snowing.
It's
No, it's not right now. It's raining.
It's raining. Okay.
It's just
Opposite
raining. Not
day.
really cold. It's going to be colder and rainier in Baltimore than it is here. So the Chiefs are actually practicing indoors just because it's so sloppy outside that they couldn't get in an outdoor practice today.
Yeah. Do we know the weather in Baltimore this weekend? Ryan can check on it for us. So,
They're saying rain.
Rain. Okay. Rain. So how do you feel about the game? I mean, look, Mahomes, I was shocked when I read this. I didn't realize every year that he's been a starter, he's made the AFC Championship 6 times. Six years as a starter, 6 AFC champ. Seems like he's been in the league a lot longer already, but I mean, it's only because of his greatness.
Doesn't it?
I would have said, oh, he's been in the league 8 or 9 years by now, but it's like 6, and then 1 year studying under what's his face. But anyway,
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, very good. Number 1 overall pick from Utah, if I'm not mistaken. And the same year Alex Smith went number 1, Utah also had the number 1 basketball player go first. Andrew Bogut?
Andrew Bogut.
Am I right, Jeff? Jeff Parles is giving me the thumbs up,
Yes.
and Dennis Evans is agreeing with me. I don't know why I'm looking at Ryan.
I
I
thought you
have
were gonna
Jeff
mention
Parles
Aaron
and Dennis
Rodgers.
Evans. No, I'm not going to mention Aaron Rodgers. So how do you feel about the game? What do you think about your Chiefs this weekend?
You know what? Here's the thing. I've learned this the hard way. Betting against Patrick is a bad bet. I mean, it's really a bad bet. The only thing that really scares me about this is, offensive guard Joe Thuney's probably not going to play this week, and I'm really not sure if Derek Nottie, their nose guard, is going to play. So you saw early in the game last week against the Bills were able to run the ball. I don't get this, and I've seen the Raiders do it. I've seen a few teams do this against the Chiefs. They come out and they have like this set game plan, and it's working. I mean, what the Bills were doing was working against the Chiefs. They were basically using like those little quick passes, almost like an extension of the run game, and it was working. And then they get away from that. And once you get away from it and get back to like kind of a normal offense, the Chiefs will stop you. And so I'm a little bit worried about, Baltimore's ability to run the ball. And the Chiefs have played against a Miami defense that was grabbing guys, out of 7-Eleven and putting them on the field. Then you had the Bills who, they were pretty banged up at some key positions. So this is going to be the first true solid, fully healthy defense that they've faced in a while. So I'm going to be curious to see what the offense is able to do against them. And again, with the offensive guard missing, that's a big part of their offense. You have Trey Smith in the middle, and these guys have a good offensive line. But I think when you take Thuney out of there, I'm worried about what the offensive line is going to do. The thing I don't know, the one factor none of us know, is what's Lamar going to do in clutch time.
Yeah.
We've seen him in, against Houston. You've seen him do, his thing. But this is an AFC championship game. He doesn't know about this level of competition. So I just don't know how he's going to respond. So it makes it I know I'm not trying to waffle here, but I just don't know. I would bet the Chiefs because I just always bet on Patrick now, because I just know come clutch time, he's going to do his thing. But if Lamar shocks all of us, then it's a completely different game. It all comes down to him.
Well, you're talking about how Patrick always comes through. This poor guy, Tyler Bass, who missed, wide right in Buffalo, missed a field goal. How much time? There was 90 seconds left, right? There was 90 seconds, well over a minute.
Yeah.
Well over a minute.
Yeah.
So everyone's really hard on this Tyler Bass guy. And anyone who says that to me, I go, hey, look, you don't think with over a minute that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to get into field goal range and let Harrison Buckner, whoever's name I mispronounced. Butker. I mispronounce his name. I think of Bill Buckner every time, Jeff. Anyway, Mahomes was going to win. It's like Chiefs were still going to win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all they needed was
a field goal to win. And that's right. And Tyler Bass, by the way, I've seen that he's gotten donations over $100,000 for a cat foundation he works with. So that's nice.
Cat foundation, yep.
Yeah. So good on that.
Lucky cats.
Yeah, lucky cats, right? Yeah, right there. So because he missed a field goal, there's a lot of kitties who are doing all right. But so anyway, let's talk about the NFC. How do you feel about the NFC? Oh, by the way, the Chiefs are +4 here. +4 now.
Right.
So that come on. When it was 3, I was like, boy, I like that 3.5 getting the hook. Now I'm getting 4 points. I like that even more.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
also a
like
stat
him
out
even
there.
more.
Well, what's the stat, Ryan?
So the Chiefs are now 10-0-1 against the spread since December of 2017 as underdogs away from home.
Oof.
They're also 9-2 straight up.
Wow.
In those games.
There you go. That's all. Jeff will talk. Jeff will break down some of those numbers when he comes on after Dennis. Now the NFC, we got the Lions, who it's America's team right now. That's who everyone's rooting for, me included. I love to see the story. And then you got the Niners. So how do you feel about the NFC right now here at South Point? We have the Niners by 7 and the over/under 52.
I'd take the 7 points in the Lions.
Yeah.
I definitely would take the Lions and the points. I think the Lions are going to shock some people. I think San Francisco's pretty good, but I'm just not a huge fan. I'm really not sold on them. I'm not sold on Purdy in the playoffs, NFC Championship game. It's the same thing with him. I need to see him do something, even though, Goff's not, he kind of is who he is. He's been in some big games before.
Yeah.
He understands that. I don't know that Purdy knows what it's going to be like. And I just love that Detroit culture. I think that Campbell is instilled this culture there that is so tough that I really don't think that they're going to lose. I just can't imagine them losing that game. Even at San Fran, I think when it comes down to it. Plus, I don't know that Debo's, fully healthy, and they need him really healthy to be able to beat the Lions. I like the Lions in that game, and give me 7 points, I would definitely take them.
Now, where are you going to be watching the games this weekend?
This weekend, I'll actually be in the studio here,
Okay.
Anchoring and doing stuff for the games. We're hosting a bunch of specials at the TV station, so I'll be doing that and watching the game and hoping they win so I can get to Vegas. Either way, I think I'm coming to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Now, when you come to Vegas, what do you like to do in Vegas? Do you go to shows? Is there certain restaurants? What game do you like to play? What do you do? What's a Dennis Evans Vegas weekend?
Okay, so it's been modified over the years. I don't know that we can.
I get it. We've all had to do that.
It's been modified over the years. We couldn't even begin to broach the topics of where I went before. But now, as the family man that I am,
Right.
I definitely, so I have this thing. I got it off Sanford's Son, and Sanford's best TV show ever.
It was the best.
So
Ryan, have you ever heard of Sanford and Son? Ryan has no idea what we're talking about. But anyway,
who are you talking
Red Fox.
about?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Lamar. Wheezy, I'm coming.
I'd be Grady, you'd be Bubba. That's what.
The big one. It's a big one. All right. Anyway, I said Wheezy. That was the
I walk past I have this weird. I can't watch gamble. Like, I can't play blackjack. I can't sit there long enough. I don't have the patience. I walk up, no logic at all to this, none. Okay. But I walk up and I wait for the roulette to hit about 3 to 4 red in a row, and I bet black. And I'll bet like some stupid amount of money on it. And like in my head, it's like, it's due. It's not due.
I know.
It's just not due. There's no logic to it. But that is how I gamble. I just walk and I'll go from table to table and just look. And I'll throw, a few $100s on, on the black. And then that's it. So I'm not really, believe it or not, last time I was out there, we walked around and we went and I ordered a drink at the bar, and it was like $17. And I was like, what happened to the free drink thing?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? I'm like, we're not doing that. So we went and got a couple of bottles.
Right.
And a bottle, mixed it up, and we just walked around sipping out of our cups for the night, and just people. Like, I like to people watch in Vegas. I don't have the patience for a show. I don't have, it'd have to be something really big to make me like go and sit somewhere. I just like to go and people watch. I don't want to be in a nightclub watching 21-year-old.
No, I can't tell. You don't want to be the old guy in the club, as Chris Rock said. Anytime I walk in a club now, I'm like, nope.
The club's always the last one to know he's the old guy in the club.
Exactly. It's the worst. Well, my God, we really hope you come out for Vegas. You come out. Well, regardless, you said you're coming out. Well, we got to have you in the studio. You got to stop by here. And what we'll do is we'll record him going to a roulette wheel and see how he does. If we'll get the permission to record you and see a big win. And good luck to the Chiefs this weekend. So you're thinking, who are your 2 winners? You're going to go with the Lions?
I'm definitely going Lions, and I think Chiefs definitely to cover. And my only hedge on here is Lamar plays the way he's played all season long.
Yeah.
Then I like them, but I just don't know that he's going to do it in this game.
All right, Dennis, it's all. You're one of our favorite guests. We always appreciate the time. Ryan, any final thoughts for Dennis Evans? It's raining. Yeah. You know, you're one of the most famous. By the way, we again, you're one of our favorite guests. But there was a shot last time you were on. It was snowing in the background, and Ryan yelled, "It's snowing!" And he was trying to tell me. He went like this. He goes, "Frank, it's snowing." But he said it, and you went, "Yeah, it's snowing." I know. Anyway, and you got back to your thought.
Well, no, I was trying to say it, and you weren't understanding what I was saying. And I tried to charades it, and you still weren't getting it.
Yeah, he was going like this. I'm like, what? I thought it was Wayne's World. I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, anyway, Dennis, I think the final thing Ryan should do is he should on YouTube after the show, before Sports by the Book, he should watch an episode of Sanford and Son. By the way, let me tell you a quick Vegas story before I lose you, Dennis. Hold on one second. So Red Fox was a notoriously very dirty comedian. Now, Billy Crystal told this story. Billy Crystal's a young comic, and Red Fox is playing in Vegas. So Billy, gets a ticket to go see Red Fox, and it's a midnight show. So he gets there, and Billy gets there, and there's like 6 people in the audience. And Billy's like, oh, my God, it's Red Fox. He had already done like an 8 and a 10. He's like doing his 3rd show. There's no one there. So Crystal's like, oh, my God, wow, I'm still going to get to see Red Fox, right? So the announcer comes on, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sands Hotel. Please welcome from Sanford and Son, Red Fox. And the band's on stage, and they play bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, 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 bum bum ba-dum, which was the theme song, right? Red Fox comes out. He looks angry, grabs the mic, goes, I ain't doing a show for 8 white people. Boom! And he throws the mic down on stage, and he walks off, and the band goes, bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Because they knew their instructions were you play red up, you play red off. And he left. And Billy Crystal's going, Red, what about the show? What happened? So that is a true story. And on that note, Dennis.
I love that.
Isn't that, I'm telling you, it's a great story. So anyway, Dennis, thank you so much for being on the show. We will see you in Vegas, no matter who's playing. You got to come out. We'll be back with Jeff Parles to talk about these championship games, look at some parlay cards. Thank you for watching on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Dennis.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza. Plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book. Over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
We have a good time here on this show, I'll tell you. We appreciate you guys watching, all you regulars in the live comments. Thank you. By the way, so I told the unedited version of the story right as we took a break, and this is the shot we got of Dennis Evans hearing me as laughing hysterically. I mean, basically the story is the same. It's just a little more language to it.
Explicit, yeah.
A little more language. But anyway, as I'm saying it, Dennis was still there, and then his feed cut off, but that's the picture we will use forever.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I mean, look at him right there. Speaking of perfect, this gentleman who's always the most, has all the numbers. He's perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Parles is here from Sports by the Book, which is today at 3:00.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that disagree with what you just said.
You're perfect.
But I always appreciate the kind words, Frank.
Now it's opposites day, no Jack, but it's our show. You dress a little more down.
I'm a little more casual.
I like
didn't
this.
I
He's
didn't
not
have
wearing
my
his Cars coat.
No,
What's that?
I was gonna say I didn't have my
Your Cars coat.
my Joseph Technicolor jacket.
Dream jacket, yeah.
In all honesty, I didn't have that today. So
I like you in the blue hoodie.
yeah, it's nice and comfortable.
There you go.
It's
Very
beautiful. By the way, it's a beautiful day here today.
It's very nice out,
Yeah.
and therefore the casino's packed. We have a lot of people out here, and that means I had to park
You in the garage?
far. No, I didn't do the garage.
The garage when we
Oh,
when
that's
we
a good
start
tip.
when we start doing shows
Yes,
in June
when it's hot.
when it starts getting hot, the garage is where you got to go.
Well, I think it's packed though, and I think there's a lot open.
Just go higher levels.
higher level. Maybe the fourth level.
I would go higher than that.
Is there? I've never been higher than. Well, when you
There's
own,
6 levels.
When you
Technically.
own a hog like
Also,
me, you
I've
get
got
to
a
park
pet
on the
peeve
second
about
level.
the parking garage. If you are not turning into a floor, get in the left lane and go up. You do not need to be in the right side
Okay.
if you're continuing going up.
Ryan's on the soapbox,
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen.
that's
Up
a
there.
peeve of
not
mine.
as easy as you think in that garage over there.
But when you have a hog like when you're riding a bike like me,
But if
man,
you're going
you just-
up, yes. Yeah, because people
Anyway,
are
the
pulling
garage
out,
is.
it's-
We have this garage talk, ladies and gentlemen.
that's what we all expected today.
Garage punchlines, garage talk. Anyway, you heard our buddy Dennis Evans there in KC. He's rooting for the Chiefs, but he likes the Lions to win the game. It
Yeah,
sounded like.
I'm not there.
I didn't think you would.
I'm
be.
not there. You know, it's so starting the NFC side because of that.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating because we need to see what's going to happen with Debo.
Right. That's
If
huge.
Debo doesn't play, then the Lions become even more live because you look at the numbers, like San Francisco, the best offensive football when they're healthy.
Sure.
There's not a debate. Just the way that the numbers are, the way that they've eviscerated defenses. And then when Debo doesn't play, in the 3 games he didn't play, they only averaged 19 points per game. Purdy turned the ball over a bunch. We saw what happened in that game last week when Debo went out, other than that last drive of the game where Joe Barry went inexplicably soft and inevitably cost him his job in Green Bay.
Right. By the way, I didn't see much of that game because I was at the Carrot Top show.
Oh, with your paper ticket.
Yes, with my paper
I
ticket.
thought the paper ticket
oh, no,
was
that was
Friday.
Friday. No, Saturday I was at the Penguin game. Sorry.
Did the paper ticket make it to Carrot Top?
It made Carrot Top. By the way, it was,
How was Carrot
front
Top?
row seat. Have I said this on air already? I think I have. It was excellent. It was a
Okay.
fantastic show. He comes out and does some prop stuff because that's his brand.
Of course.
But then he had music cues and he had some videos. It was outstanding. I highly recommend
All
Carrot
right,
Top.
I'm gonna have to go
Again,
over there while I
I'm
still have
telling you,
MGM
it was-
status.
It's a hell of a show, and we saw the giant Dorito up close at
That's
the Luxor,
good. Very good.
covering the Luxor. So I apologize for interrupting about Debo and the
No.
Niners.
Look, that's very important that what you
You were
just said
talking
there.
about the Packers
Joey B's
and
going to
the-
love the update.
Joey
though.
B, yeah, Joey B just wrote over under on colors of hoodies that Parles owns. Oh, okay. I'm not going to tell you the line. How many hoodies do you own?
I want to hear his line because
yeah,
I want to
his
see.
over-under-
I want to see if this continues the trend of Joey B not knowing how to make a number.
Over under. He has it at 7.5.
It's actually a good number for once, Joey B. Look at you.
Joe Dennis Evans laughing at that.
Look at that. You know what? I have to get back to you on that
Oh man.
because I don't know what like different colors.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now
By
there's
the way.
different shades of blue count. There's different
Yeah.
shades of gray count.
Oh yeah. Sure. Different shades.
Then I'll have to do a count. I'll get
All
back
right.
to you next.
By the way,
week.
I'm way over, and I have a feeling way over. I'm way
on
over
colors.
on just hoodies.
Oh, on hoodies in general,
Well, I mean,
I'm over. But
I can sit
but
board
colors,
it right now.
it's a little.
I mean,
It depends on if we're
Execute
counting different
order
shades of
66.
green because I have jet hoodies that are different shades of green.
oh well, there you go.
I have multiple shades of blue hoodies. Like it just.
By the way, the only way to take off a hoodie, by the way, to look really badass is this.
He looks like Darth Sidious.
I
look
was
like
going to
Dark-
say,
I do.
you beat me to it. I was going to say you look like Palpatine. there.
Something dark side.
Execute Order 66.
What was that?
That was actually,
Execute
that was actually
Order
pretty good there, Ryan.
66.
I was just doing Family Guy. They have their one parody
Oh,
is
yeah.
something dark side.
That was pretty good though.
You have to do that.
That's
I
pretty
taught
good.
Bob Dell that move.
You know what? Do you know what happened? Do
Can
you know what movie that? Which movie that was from? What Ryan is just.
What did he? I couldn't hear him actually.
Execute Order 66. I said it a little more pronounced.
That's from Return of the Jedi.
Thanks, Jerry.
Oh, 3. Oh, there goes 4, 5, 6. Clones. I don't watch anything but 4,
Revenge.
5, and 6, Jerry.
It's Revenge of
Revenge
the
of the
Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I've only seen those like once.
Well, look.
Order 66 is when they.
The people
Clones
do
turn on the
not
Jedi.
like the prequel trilogy, which is the middle movie.
Exactly. Wait, what? The 4, 5, and 6?
No.
One.
Oh.
He's talking about an order of being made, the
one,
middle
two,
movies.
order. Star Wars 1, 2, 3, which is
Yeah, I
technically
don't like
movie
them.
4, 5,
Correct,
6.
exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't like those. Yeah.
This is the weakest
When we
trilogy.
do numbers on this show, ladies and gentlemen, we're
No,
screwed.
the most recent trilogy is the weakest trilogy.
I don't agree with that. The original trilogy is the best, obviously.
Nah.
Then I would go to
Oh,
recent.
Mr. Ryan, if you're doing opposite day, I'll accept it. If you're not saying 4, 5, and 6 are the best, you're actually saying no?
5 and 6, yes. I hate A New Hope. I hate the original.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
That if
Jerry, okay? Are you hearing this?
any movie needs a remake, that one needs a remake.
Wow. I don't know.
Well, they
if I-
kind of did it. The one with
Force Awakens.
what's that?
Yeah, it's The Force Awakens.
Yeah, The Force Awakens is a remake of that.
Same movie.
It's the same movie, but with a girl.
Exactly why the newest trilogy sucks.
All right.
Is
Is Bob Del Pizzo alive still?
We'll have to move on.
Bob, if Bob Del
Back to
Pizzo's
Debo,
watching, he's having a heart attack.
How do we get here? Can we
Back
talk
to
sports?
I know.
Debo Samuel real
Back to
quick.
Debo
Also, Jerry
Samuel.
doesn't like Star Wars in general, so
All right.
just throwing that out there.
Oh,
Is
that's
Jerry
right.
Star Trek guy?
No, he's
Oh, bro, I like Sonic.
no, bro. I like
Oh,
Sonic.
okay, fair enough. That's
Line
good.
to the ear so far. No, bro. I like Sonic.
You know what? I can't argue that logic.
Jerry's a-
But if Debo Samuel doesn't play, I don't know how we got on that tangent, but whatever.
Colored jackets.
That's me.
It's your hoodie's fault.
That's my fault.
Debo Samuel, if he doesn't play, then I can justify people betting Detroit.
But you don't see them winning.
If Debo doesn't play, they can win.
Is he that much of a difference?
Yeah,
you think?
they
They have Brendan Ayuk, they got McCaffrey.
Going
He's
to
a
what
very
Vinny
large
has
part of
said,
that game
and
plan.
I
Yeah.
agree with what Vinny has said. Even though Christian McCaffrey, I would say, is their best player.
Right.
Debo Samuel has meant more to that offense this year when he's been out than when McCaffrey's been compromised.
Oh, okay.
And I think the one thing is, look, Detroit's pass defense is horrible. Detroit's run defense is perfectly fine.
Okay.
So if they hone in on, if they like slow McCaffrey running down a little bit and say, you know what, if Brock Purdy can beat us without Debo there,
Yeah.
then they beat us.
Okay.
I think that's just where it comes down to. Even though, don't get fooled, this is kind of Honolulu blue.
It is kind of a Lions color.
This hoodie that I'm wearing today.
Now the AFC.
But
sorry.
but to finish it off,
Yes, please.
I love the over in this game. I'm pulling at you. The conditions. There we go. Running
Over.
There we go. The conditions are just perfect on Sunday in Santa Clara.
Okay.
It's going to be mid 60s. It's going to be no wind.
Love it.
So it's going to basically be the equivalent of an indoor game in
Thing in
Detroit.
a dome, right?
So, and Ryan pointed this out. Todd Furman tweeted this out, well, whatever it was, yesterday or 2 days ago. Detroit just playing their second outdoor game basically since Halloween.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be ideal. And Jared Goff, when the conditions are ideal, even if it was outside, and it goes back to his time with the Rams, when he's in ideal conditions, the dude can really play. It's when it gets cold and when it gets inclement weather is when Goff starts playing poorly. If you had the weather last week where it was raining, even though it was pretty warm, I'd be concerned about Detroit.
Okay.
I think this is an over game. I don't think Detroit, even if Debo's out, I still think Detroit will have problems stopping San Francisco. And I think the Niner defense is a little bit overrated. They haven't shown me much of anything since the Jacksonville game where they ate Trevor Lawrence multiple times.
Right.
I would look
Over
to the over.
52. You like over 52?
Yeah, I even at 52. 51 was what I bet, but 52 is still good to me.
Okay. I love it. All right, and then the AFC game, obviously, it's the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes back in the AFC Championship game. It's like a repeat. But, they earned it. And it's the Ravens, who I don't like. But the line's 4. I liked it at 3.5. I liked it at, 4 now. I mean, what do you think?
It's a take or nothing at this number. It's a take or nothing. But as we brought up on Sports by the Book yesterday, you have to monitor Joe Thuney, who is, to me, the best lineman on Kansas City.
And that's
guard.
who Dennis was talking about. Right?
He is. Yeah. He sounds like he's not going to play.
Okay.
And if he doesn't play, that's a massive downgrade. Whoever slides into that position. And the way that Baltimore's defense plays, I mean, they can rush from the outside, but their interior guys are so good as well that if they collapse the pocket and allow those interior guys to get to Mahomes, I'm not going to say you're looking at a game like that Super Bowl against Tampa because that was extreme because Kansas City didn't have either their starting tackles.
That's right.
They were down 3 offensive linemen in that game. And I thought Mahomes played amazing in that game, but they couldn't move the ball because they couldn't block.
Yeah.
But I would be very cautious if Thuney gets ruled out of taking the points, even though it is, Ryan brought up the numbers. I mean, Mahomes you're essentially betting against Tom Brady as an underdog, basically with Mahomes. That's not quite, Brady's numbers were not quite what Mahomes' numbers are because it's a shorter sample size with Mahomes as an underdog.
Right.
But it's essentially what you're doing at this point. It would be a take or nothing for
Okay.
me in this game. I do think Baltimore wins. So, like our guy Ryan and Alex, you and Alex both laid shorter money lines on Baltimore earlier this week.
Yeah, I got him at
I had no
170.
problem with that. You laid $1.70. I think Alex laid $1.75. I
Now
had no,
200, right?
yeah, I had no problem if you did that early in the week. I wouldn't do that now with it now basically $2 which you have to lay.
Okay. All right. So, do you have the chart of the awards, the NFL awards? Do you have that graphic?
Not a chart, no.
Oh, you don't.
What do you got?
Well, so the MVP is down to
Lamar Jackson's going to win.
He's going to win that.
Josh
yeah.
Allen.
Now,
MVP.
but for me, the defensive player of the year.
Well, who are the final five?
Well,
That
it's
was one I didn't
Myles
see
Garrett,
yesterday.
T.J. Watt,
Okay, let me get it real quick.
Micah Parsons, and Deacon Jones.
I don't think it was Deacon Jones.
Well, he wore number 75.
Well, you got 75 is a great one. You got
That's why we
you
haven't
have
done one in
Deacon
a while.
Jones. You have all the longs. You have Mean Joe Green and his Coca-Cola bottle.
I know, right? That's why we haven't done one in
Wellness
a while.
Brown's a great. I mean, what?
And Jonathan Ogden.
Ryan Reeves solely just making it because of his tenure here in Vegas.
Yeah, well, Jay, he always throws in a hockey player.
Right. So you want a fun Ryan Reeves story real
Yes.
quick because when I was in Missouri, Ryan Reeves, of course, was on the St. Louis Blues, and that was before the Blues had won a cup. And
Right.
a lot of people actually in St. Louis blamed Ryan Reeves for postseason failures there, especially in those series. In that, I think it was 2013, the year that the Blackhawks were down, and it was the first year of the new pods.
Okay.
And the Blackhawks beat the Blues in 7 with winning Game 7 in St. Louis. And a lot of people blamed Ryan Reeves for that in St. Louis, which was totally unfair. But so when Reeves got to Vegas, it was a hockey game before the pandemic, right before the pandemic. It was
Okay.
February 2020. They were playing the Islanders. I was at the game, always like firing first goal darts.
Okay.
And I took Ryan Reeves for whatever reason. He was 100-1.
Okay.
And they actually Vegas started the 4th unit that game. And
jeez.
I'm thinking, all right, great. Maybe I'll get something fluky. The only reason they started the game was so Ryan Reeves could get in a fight off the opening faceoff, which is classic Reeves. Of course, the game landed 1-0 Vegas. I think it was only a Stevenson goal was the only goal
Jesus.
in that game, if memory serves me correctly.
Your memory usually is correct.
Yeah, it could be wrong. It was a left-handed shooter, so Stevenson would make a whole
Speaking
lot of sense.
of fights off the puck drop,
Yes.
there were 2 last night in the Arizona Coyotes Florida Panthers game. Opening puck drop of the game.
But it was a very lame fight. As soon as the guy lost
It was a
his
very
helmet,
lopsided
they
hockey
jumped in.
game as well,
Yeah.
that one. Going back to
so-
defensive player, who are the other two?
So DPOY, there's Deron Bland, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt.
Deron Bland, who is only, here's
a sexy stat of the
I'm
teams.
just going to say this.
Pick
Deron
sixes,
Bland
yeah.
was the 10th best corner in the NFL at most this
He had
year.
6 touchdowns, right?
And the only reason he's in there is because of the pick 6
Yeah.
record. And then we saw what happened once teams really started attacking him in a smart way.
Right.
Matt, it's funny. I actually think Max Crosby has a legitimate argument, but he has no chance of winning.
I agree.
But it's got to be Garrett. It just has to be.
There it is. Oh, wait. Where's the stat? Do you have the other thing, though, where TJ Watt leads Myles Garrett in every stat? It's like 10 numbers.
It's still going to be Garrett.
And Garrett disappeared the last 3 games of the year.
It's still going to be Garrett. I'm telling you. I look, if Watt won the award, I wouldn't care. I also, if Parsons won the award, I wouldn't care. If Bland wins the award, it's the biggest farce since
Well,
Steve Nash won his second MVP award in awards.
Over Shaq or whatever.
He beat Kobe. We beat
Kobe, yeah.
One year he beat Jason Kidd, which was a farce, and then the other year he beat Duncan and Kobe.
Right.
And Kobe should have won the award going away that year. Regardless.
But back then, shouldn't have Shaq won every year? Was the thing,
there's a
you know,
legitimate argument that if you're that dominant with not shooting from outside of a foot, you should win the MVP every year. I think you do have an argument.
Exactly. Right. What were you going to say something, Ryan? Sorry. No. It's
The
opposite
most
day.
interesting one, for the 2 most interesting ones far and away, are the coach of the year and the comeback player of the
Did
year.
you go right? D'Amico, DeMarco, Ryan, Ryan?
No, I would vote. I would vote for Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, Stefanski. I mean,
personally,
with 4 different quarterbacks.
where you
or
have
whatever.
Ryan. Look, they exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
If Indian, it's weird because if Indian won that last week, I would say give the award to Steichen.
Yeah, he
But
did a great job.
even though Houston won, and remember, playoffs don't matter.
They
so
do not. The voting's already been
forget
done.
that Houston annihilated Cleveland in the playoff
Right.
game. But it's weird because Ryans is going to get, and I don't think this is right, but I'm just going into the mind of the voters where some of the voters should not be voting on this. Ryans is going to get hurt by the fact that C.J. Stroud's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's true.
And I don't know
Okay,
if
I see
that's
what you
right.
mean. Right.
But even if I had a vote, I would still vote for Stefanski because he started 5 quarterbacks and made the
Was
playoffs.
it 5? Jeez, I thought it was
5.
Ryan, who would you vote for to break the tie? I would go Ryan.
For coach of the year?
Yeah.
Stefanski.
Matt Eberflus.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And then comeback player of the year is interesting. I think Hamlin's still going to win. If I had a vote, I
Joe
would vote for
Flacco?
Flacco.
Yeah.
I just the fact that the dude was on his couch.
Yep.
And actually and led the team to the playoffs is
And threw for a bazillion yards.
Well, granted, he threw for 9 billion interceptions too, but it's
That's true.
astounding. But hey, that'll work. Hey, maybe we'll get you into that award show, Frank. Maybe we'll get you in.
What? Where is it? Is it here?
It's here.
Oh, that's right. Because they
It's
do
at
it the
MGM.
week-
I believe it's at MGM Garden Arena.
That's right. And if TJ doesn't win, I'm just telling you right now, I'm pulling a Kanye. I will run up on stage and interrupt Myles Garrett's acceptance speech, and I will hit him with the helmet on the head.
What will happen though. That will not only lead to your expulsion
Right.
from Radio Row. That will
Yes.
lead from our expulsion from Radio
I'm
Row.
doing
which is
it.
not
Look
good enough.
out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a great show today. We appreciate Dennis Evans being on. It is Opposites Day, but I do want to disagree with Ryan on the whole Star Wars trilogy and saying the original. You're saying the original Star
I can't
Wars.
believe that take.
The original Star
It's a
Wars
wild take.
Awful.
is awful. Is Bob Dell? Bob Dell, where are you? Bob Dell's on there today. He would fight you for that. And
I thought you said Bob Dole for a second, and I
yeah,
got confused.
That movie takes so long. The lightsaber battles are absolutely garbage.
it was 1977.
Yeah, great. I wasn't alive then, so I don't have the
my God, listen to this.
facade.
What did he say? What did I miss?
I stopped mid-word. Anyway,
What did I miss? I was looking down for. I just saw somebody say, "Enough with the Star Wars talk, nerds." Then I realized that was from Jerry, who works here.
You know, I agree with Jerry, actually.
Damn it! All right, listen. Another great show. Again, we appreciate it. We've rocketed past 1,100 subscribers.
Yeah, keep it going, guys.
Yeah, keep it going, everybody. We really appreciate it. Make sure you come back in 2 hours to watch Sports by the Book with Jeff. Who do you have on the show today?
Well, we're going to find where the Frank you are.
This is a fun. This is maybe my favorite one
We're
so
going to
far.
find out that. That's actually going to come at the top of the show.
I heard.
today,
I know. That's
A little
exciting.
bit different. Our guy Kai McKeon.
Okay.
Scott Spreitzer, a very good handicapper, has been around the biz for a long time.
Great.
And then some guy named Vincenzo.
Oh,
Some
Vinny.
guy-
I haven't
yeah.
seen Vinny in a while.
Yeah, our guy Vinny Baliulo.
I love it. Good show. Thank you, everybody. Please share. Thanks for watching. You subscribe. We love you guys all. Thank you to Sean. And we got Ann, our director, and Jerry, who kind of yelled at us about stars. And Ryan, it's opposite day. I should say, oh, I don't want to thank you.
no, I don't deserve it. Thank you today. We can.
You did a great job. He
roll the
did the
credits.
show open.
Is that an opposite quote or no?
Yeah, it was an opposite thing.
No,
we
I'm
had
saying
him
it's
sit
a
here.
good, I'm saying it's the good job an opposite quote.
I don't know.
Yes, that could be.
Okay,
I'll
there we
take
go.
that one. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't do a good job today.
Can you just show Dennis Evans again, please? We're going to end on that. Oh, we can? All right. Anyway, Dennis Evans laughing is the best. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Big show. There it is. Big show tomorrow. Carlos Alazaraki, Kevin Belenkoff with your picks, and Joe D'Amico in studio with me. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, Punchlines, live in Nevada, every show.